Battery exhausted, she says. I'm fucking exhausted.
Well, I'm a little bit excited. Happy Monday, everyone. Welcome back to the workshop. I'm Paul. I'm a luthier from Devon in England. I make guitars, but I also review guitars, which started off as a bit of a fluff piece, but I'll be honest with you, it's actually taught me a lot about guitars. It's improved me as a luthier doing all this tech stuff, and it's a little bit exciting and it makes a change. It does make a change. Let's just check that little Dave is filming. That's little Dave, camera on the right. Beautiful. This week, we've stepped it up a gear. This guitar is currently on sale in Anderton's for $500. It's a Sire Larry Carlton J5. I have found it a little bit cheaper elsewhere. Anderton's are a little bit behind the times to the pricing on this one.
How dare you?
But it's a lovely, lovely guitar. It's got little features that some of the previous guitars we've got haven't got. So this should really be running through the basics. I don't expect to have to do very much at all. I haven't sworn yet, have I? Fuck, shit, bollocks. There you go. There's a few of them dropping today. So let's just run through some Billy basics of this guitar, because I'm concerned, I have a concern, it's got a waggle stick. And I don't know anything about waggle sticks. It's a bit of a weird one for me. Don't really use them. I see people demo guitars and they go ding. I don't know where you'd ever fit that into a fucking song, but yeah, it's not for me, but we'll have a cheeky little look. I should mention that doing all this work and getting noticed, and all you bastards watching, we've got a channel sponsor. So welcome aboard, dear Dario. You can tell because I've got a nice new mat, which I'll get out when I'm not doing any dirty work. Dear Dario are now supplying the strings for this channel, which is lovely because I was spending a fucking fortune. So on this one today, I'll be restringing her with the finest NYXLs. The finest NY, get the frame right, Paul, wanker. Yes, lovely. They'll be going on. So what are the appointments that I'm on about with this guitar? What makes it a £500 guitar compared to the other bedroom basement dirty dogs we've been doing in the past?
Smell my fingers. Oh, what the hell is that? My ass.
From what I can tell, I've read the spiel. The fretboard is pre-rolled, all right? So when we give this a little tight wank in a minute, it should be absolutely buttery, and it does feel very good. The frets look lovely. They are medium jumbo. They've got weird, like, slopey ends to them. I don't know what machine they do that rolling on, but it feels very, very nice. You can really tell the difference. I'm hoping they're all going to be without cheeky rockers. I doubt it. I fucking doubt it, because I know a human still hasn't touched this guitar, and it's not been plecked for 500 quid. So I'm not expecting perfection, but what we will do is have a little look. It's got a maple neck. 9.5 radius on the brown fretboard. The neck is maple. It's described, it's a satin back, which is a double win for me. Satin backs always. Someone did actually comment in a previous video, I don't know what you're on about. Glossy necks are way better than satin necks. Well, that's your opinion. It differs from mine. And that's absolutely fine. That was a fucking serious response, wasn't it? Don't really know what to do about that one. This guitar is pretty much mark free. I picked it up as like a new old stock job. I could have told you I bought this new. I didn't. I got it a little bit cheaper. The neck is actually described as hard maple. Well, I've never seen a neck described as soft maple, because that wouldn't be great, would it? But I'm sure that's fine. The inlays are really pleasant on this. White and mint green pickguard on a Fender styly thing. It's the ultimate colour for me. I think it looks great. So let's go through some Billy basics. It's just a simple volume tone. The pickups, I'll read you what they say about the pickups, because pickup blurbs always make me gag.
Yeah, oh, okay.
These pickups produce a thick sound that sits somewhere between the bell-like chime of a traditional single coil, but with the mid-range thump and bass that's usually found in a humbucker. These pickups don't know what they are. They're chameleons. They're like me, actually. If I'm in a posh situation, I'm very posh. Oh, hello. Nice to meet you. Hello. Yes, lovely. And then as soon as I turn up with my tools, I'm like, all right, you cunt. It's got a switch in a weird place. The switch, which does switching, I've checked that, it does switch things. I don't know what size these strings are. Let's have a little cheeky look. And the strings are 10 to 46, which is the gauge of champions, because it's what I've got. Out the box, the action's quite high. I don't normally do measurements out the box, but because this is a £500 guitar and it's pretty much new, let's do some checks out the box. Because people always say, why don't you check out of the box? I'm not going to do a sound sample out the box, Because if I do lower this action by 0.5 mil, are we going to tell the tone difference through my amp, compressed onto the computer, and then put onto the YouTube algorithm, and then for you to watch through your fucking Nokia 402? No, you're not going to tell any difference. And if you do, it's not a tangible difference. It's like the internet. It's not real. None of this is real. The only thing that's real is the people you sat next to in the snack hut. And I bet you're a lot friendlier to them than you are to the people in the fucking comment section. You know who you are, wankers. Keep an eye out for Milo Studios branded tooling coming soon to an internet store near you. I did get accused of being a sellout the other day because I have channel memberships now. But in case anyone's wondering, if you want to become a channel member, and they're over 50 now, you're all fucking legends. Channel members go towards building charity guitars. And as a lot of you know, we're currently building this one for the Royal Tank Regiment as a light guitar. Oh, that is basically being paid for by donations of hardware from people who send stuff in. You get behind the scenes videos. I'll do shaky cam. Once every couple of weeks, I'll just do a 10-minute video that only members can see. And it's just a little highlight. What's going on? What's in the workshop? What do I keep in that bottom drawer? How big's me dick?
I can deny it no longer. I am small.
Silly things, information you didn't know you needed. But it also funds charity guitar builds. There are 4 this year. We're doing 4 charity guitar builds, which is realistically going to raise probably over 5 grand. That's paid for by you fuckers. Channel memberships on this channel do something. And they do something because they allow me to do things I love, which is cool. Anyway, but before I get my Kleenex out, not for my eyes, let's have a little look. I've got a little bit more relief than I'd like, only a tiny bit. But because I like to show that I'm maturing, I'm growing as a videographer, let's actually measure that relief. It's 0.1 of a mil, which I think is a bit too much. I want to get to 0.05 really. So let's adjust that, all right? Clockwise turn the Allen key. We'll turn it a bit quicker than Jojo Fry does, because you'll still be here 30 minutes later while she's trying to turn the Allen key. Sorry, Joe. Sorry. Not sorry. That truss rod was smooth. Oh, it was smooth. It was lovely. Like a freshly shaven beaver. Other animals are available. It was perfect. Absolutely perfect. I'm happy with that. We've got good relief. We've got very good relief. It's a funny old bridge on this little bad boy. We've got to get to grips with that. I haven't got a clue what I'm looking at there. So we'll learn that together. We'll do some learning. Next thing I'm going to check. I'm not going to check action yet. Calm down. I'm going to check that my strings have got the same radius as the fretboard. It's supposed to be 9.5. So if you remember, we get down here. A and my high E are a little bit low. So I'm going to adjust that. Relief is perfect. We're in tune. My string radius matches the radius of the fretboard. So now we've done all those little things, we can check the action. You can always check your action with a little action checking card. That'll be fine for you. I'm going to check it with my super fancy gauge, because I'm a professional, believe it or not. So as per usual, when I'm checking action, I like to get my guitar level. I like to have the neck supported in the middle, not on the end. And then that minimises the forces and the warping on the neck. I've checked it upright, I've checked it on its side, 0.01 difference on action readings. So really nothing that's going to make a physical difference, a tonal difference to your fucking weird heads. Someone put in the comments that I can push the string down rather than the little plunger. And I've just tested that for the first time since you said, and you are correct. I'm not sure it makes it easier or harder, or any difference at all, but it is another technique, so well done for that. 1.68 on the high E, which is too high. It's too high. What are we on the low E? 1.8 on the low E, so our action is high. Of course it's too high. We can lower that down. Video coming soon. Modding the Chibson. Look at it now. Look how evil it's looking. Oh. Just getting your juices flowing there. If you're going to have some juices, make sure they're flowing. Right, so having done a bit of homework, specs off, I thought this bridge was going to be quite traditional and you could lower and raise the entire bridge. You can't do that. It's basically up and down saddle adjustment like a telly. Everything's individual. So I've given everything one turn and we've lowered the action down. I've retuned it. I've got 1.35 on the high E. I've got 1.5 on the low. So we're within the testable area now, aren't we? I like the fact that the trem is separate and doesn't affect the height of the bridge. So when it comes to intonating and all that guff, it's pretty simple to set up. So quick check that we're playing nice. I think we can go a little bit lower with that. I'm going to go half a turn on each saddle, and then I'll just recheck my radius to make sure that's still matching. Wherever you put your Allen key in, just make a note of what way it's pointing, and if you're going half a turn it half a turn. Rocket science. Werner von Braun would be proud of those fucking brain movements. I'm going to go down and I'm going to visually inspect at eye level that my saddles are fairly level and that my Allen screws are all touching, because we don't want any wobbly wobblers causing vibrations, and it will. All right. So one thing I've noticed, and it's causing a buzz, the high E is not resonating quite as beautifully as you'd think. This is where 500 quid gets you on a guitar, right? It's a serious video, isn't it? If you think you're having a serious day, let's move away from the seriousness. Have a look at this prick.
Playing a game of whack fuck here.
Whack!
No, that is a bad day. Little chuckle inside. Heartwarming. Shame. Almost makes me feel guilty, that one. So, there's no string tree, which on a Fender style, is a bit of a weird one. But for 500 quid, we've got locking tuners, which everyone wanks their next door neighbour's dog off over, which I don't really care. I think Fender's split top tuners were probably one of the best inventions ever made. But they're cool, they're convenient. What is quite cool is the fact that they've put staggered ones in. And that's normally your fucking 1,500, 2,000 pound Fender. It helps to get more brake angle on that low E, but it still doesn't give a lot. So a string tree will help that, and I'm gonna put one on. Let's put a string tree on. We've never done that on a Monday, have we? I'll bring little Dave over and I'll show you how I do this, because it's not hard. I was gonna use this Graphtec one, but the spacing just doesn't line up with these strings. It spreads them apart. So we can't use the posh one. We'll use one of these. It's not gonna matter a fuck anyway. So quite simple to fit. I'm gonna sit him on the strings, decide where you wanna put him, right there. So it's gonna give us a better break. Now, all I'm gonna do to start with, I'm just gonna push the strings down so I know where he's gonna go. In goes the drill bit. I'm just gonna mark it. That's it, right? You've got a 14mm headstock. So I'm just gonna mark 10mm. And I'm gonna put a bit of tape on my drill bit. Not the most reliable technique, because that tape can move, especially if you're doing more than one hole, that tape can move. So don't trust it implicitly, and we'll go down 10mm. No more, no less. And here's the technical bit. We're gonna screw that on. While we're at it, we'll check the nut height. Well, the nut is cut at 0.4 all the way, which is the lowest I ever cut them. I'm just going to check that this nut slot is clean. Right, so a quick run through, make sure that we're not fretting out. It's very good. It is very good. I'm really, yeah. The difference from what I've got to do as on a tech side of things for a £500 guitar is a lot less. It is a lot less. I can tell the differences here. 1.3 on the high E. 135 on the low. This is one of the first guitars that's come across my bench, and actually I haven't really got to do anything. We've made some minor adjustments. It's fucking brilliant. Really is. I absolutely wholeheartedly don't like that bridge. It's a weird one because I can move the strings. Everything's like, it's weird, it don't lock anything in. But it adjusts fine. It does what it's supposed to do. It's like a roller top. I'll put a string tree in, which is unusual because we've got staggered tuners, but I do think that's better. I'm going to lubricate the nut, which is pretty standard practice. And I'm going to go and give this thing a try. I don't have to do a lot at all. I've heard the boys talk about these on Andertons. They do enjoy, they like the Larry stuff, the Sire Larry Carlton. Let's have a little look at the website, see if there's anything I've missed. That's actually, it's an educational video on a Monday morning. On a funny note, I learned on the weekend that my nephew, naming no names, has caught his first ever STI at the golden age of 18. For the older viewers, that's an STD. That's something wrong with the lower regions caught off a skanky hoe. I'm as surprised as you are because he's ginger as fuck. But well done for the boy for getting out there and making a fucking crack at it. I won't name any names, but I did say I'd put it in a video, so he does know. He don't fucking watch my videos. So just in case you're wondering, that's the guitar we've got here. The Sire Larry Carlton J5 electric guitar in white. The pickups provide a thick tone with articulate attack. That's like my grinder profile. Well, there you go. It's an older body, very vintage Fender. Very nice. It's a 22mm nut, which is Strat, not Jazzmaster. So it's got a stratty, skinnier neck on it. It's got a C profile on the neck, which to many of you I know means fuck all. It means not a lot to me either. Oh, it's a big neck. It is big, it's chunky, girthy, some might say. And girth is more important than scale length. I've heard that, which is a shame. It's a shame. That was hard news to take. Really cool guitar. I'm going to take it down to Fritzl's because I want to know what it plays like, what it sounds like. I might even treat you to a fucking clean tone. I'm not promising anything, but we'll give it a try. Short and sweet video today. It's difficult to make good guitars and that don't really need a lot funny and entertaining, but I hope I've done a good job. Back on the bench, one thing I haven't checked. I've just done a demo and I did spot that the intonation's out on the top 2 strings. My ears picked it up, which was a surprise because my ears are pretty shit after 25 years in the building game. If you have a little look at me tuner, top E, way high, way high. So we need to move the saddle back and visually it looks like it needs to move back. We've got plenty of room there. It's very loose. I'm going to really wangle that one back. I'd say we're about there. That top E is as far back as you'll go in that saddle. You might, if you wanted to go further than that, you'd have to cut the spring, take it out, take the spring out, cut the spring and get it back a bit further. But there's another 3mm of adjustment. It's fine, it's fine. They know what they're doing. So we're intonated, everything's lovely. I've got a conclusion about this guitar. It's the first one we've done that is a £500 guitar. And that's a tier where you really start noticing the quality of what you're buying. We can bring £200 guitars up to this level. And I've looked at guitars, we've done stuff, the Artist one, which although, you know, it's not as highly polished, it's not had those corners knocked off, it's still a great guitar for the price. This is where you start seeing it's really, you're getting a little bit more of a luxury guitar for your money. And so you should. I mean, it's a lot more money in it. So a bit of time, realistically, so I had another half hour spent on it in a factory somewhere. It's not a lot. That doesn't equate to a lot. But it is a very cool guitar. I'm going to give this a clean up. I'm going to list it on eBay. The listing goes live same time as this video. It looks absolutely stunning. I do love the fact that it's stunning. I have not restrung this guitar because the strings are brand new. But whoever buys this guitar, I will include a nice new set of Diodario strings, which are about £1,000,000. No, they're not £1,000,000, but they're very nice. And they allow you to play fearlessly. Because what a motto. What a fucking motto. I'm just going to draw a line under this video because I'm impressed with this guitar. I'm going to go and play it. And I'm going to invite a friend to come and play it as well. And maybe do a better demo than the one I've just filmed because it was fucking rubbish. Sometimes you're just not feeling it. Thank you for watching, everyone. I'll see you next Monday where I'm doing different things. We've got different things coming up. This is an unusual one because the guitar needed fuck all, really. A tiny bit of setup and adjustment. That's all we really needed to do. So it didn't make for great video watching, did it? You could polish these frets a little bit better, but like I said, they feel great. The pickups sounded wonderful. Really like them. Waggle stick's a waggle stick. It's very free and loose, very surfy. Not my cup of tea, but if it is your cup of tea, if this was mine, I'd just take the fucking stick off and be done with it because I just don't like trems. But that's me, and I'm a cantankerous old wanker, so don't take that for granted. So all in all, thanks for watching. I'll see you next Monday. I'll see you Friday for the build series where shit gets real. And just as an outro, just a little outro, people do message me and ask me to mention loved ones that watch the videos. This is Carrie. I said, is that Carrie or Carrie? How the fuck do I pronounce that? Don't want to offend anyone, which is a lie. And she sent this as a voice message.
I'm so sorry it's been so difficult to record this because I work with a cunt as well. But anyway, it's pronounced carry, like to carry a bag.
Honor, you're a quality girl. That made me fucking laugh. It made me laugh a lot. So I'm glad you two enjoy the videos and keep tuning in, everyone. Yeah, see you later. I'm done.